And good morning, everybody. It is Fabulous Friday featuring Dori Staehle. Dori, I absolutely love you. We do similar work together, not together, because you do drumming. I don't do drumming, yet we both want to help people and we do that brilliantly. Dori, tell us about you. Tell us about your drumming things that you do, because it is absolutely amazing. You help people with ADHD, children, the parents, and I know you help people, the older generation as well. You go and you do workshops. Is that correct?
I work with, yes, all ages from 6 to adult, ADHD, autism, anxiety, and stress. You name it, we'll drum it out.
Brilliant. Okay, so tell us the science behind it, because I know there is. I know there's neuroscience, bilateral stimulation. Take it away. Tell us about you, Dori.
Sure. Well, I originally thought drumming was just for entertainment. And when I auditioned for a church band at age 47 with no experience and no lessons, I just wanted to channel my inner Sheila E. And I thought, well, I'll just have fun playing along with this band, right? Got the hang of it, passed the audition, and I realized, wow, this makes me feel really good. I felt both relaxed and energized at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you knew me way back when I owned Next Stage Educational Services, but at that point, I was tutoring and doing educational consulting, right? So some of my tutoring students said, Miss Dori, that's how Adderall and Ritalin work. I think you just found a natural solution. So we were both like, mind blown, right? And so I Googled, is there science behind this? And sure enough, there is. And I wanted to know, is there such thing as drum therapy? Because I knew it was therapeutic. Is anybody doing this in a therapeutic context? Sure enough, I found 2 organizations, went for training with both. The one that resonated with me the most, though, is an organization known as Drums and Disabilities, not only because it was hitting my target population, but also because the founder is a rock drummer, and I like to rock. I don't do any kumbaya anything, people. You'll never see me in tie-dye. So it's just not my thing. I used to book and manage young local rock bands, so I have always had that in me. And I thought, well, if I have to use one of these African-looking djembe drums, we're going to make it rock. And so I created customized exercises for specific purposes, knowing even when I was tutoring that if you move your hands in a certain way, you're going to activate both the left and the right hemispheres of your brain so you can focus better. It's called brain integration. So you have 2 hemispheres working together. Why is that important for the tutoring kids? Because a lot of them were coming to me for SAT math. And the math side of their brain, the left side, wasn't working on a particular day. So my experiment was, let's try 5 or 10 minutes of drumming to see how it works with your math problems. Will your results improve after the drumming? Sure enough, 40% accuracy rate before the drumming, 100% accuracy rate after only about 5 minutes of drumming on the exact same math problems. And I've tried this again and again. So it's a side benefit, kids. You get to boost your brain while you're having fun, and you boost your grades as well.
Yeah, I absolutely love it.
It's just neuroscience meets drumming. Now, drummers, we all know how good you feel when you either hit a drum with your hands. It's that tactile experience. Plus, when you feel that boom right in the middle of the drum, the bass, all about that bass. It just feels so good. It's a great release. Claudia, just about every adult who has worked with me has said the following. I had no idea this would feel so good. I feel like saying, what do you think I've been talking about for the past 14 years?
I know. Yeah. Have you got some workshops coming up?
Well, I'm actually lining up things for the fall with different organizations, so that's cool. And there might be some things in the summertime because I do one-time events for corporate as far as team building and stress relief, things like that. So I might be doing some of those. I'll let you know. And I also occasionally do virtual sessions, either private or virtual corporate wellness. Now, the corporate wellness people, if we're working virtually, they don't get one of these. If they were to meet me in person, I provide these. But for the virtual folks, they'll be just drumming on their legs, their desk, or a book. And believe it or not, it still works. We polled the studio audience. What are your stress levels before we start the session and 20, 30 minutes later when we're done? And everybody, 100% of them have reported a reduction in their stress levels.
Oh,
just by hitting a drum.
Absolutely believe it. I really can. And then I understand you do some, as you said, for all ages.
Yes.
Do you go into places for homes, memory care homes, things like that to help?
I did for quite a while. I went into assisted living facilities and senior care, and even your 55 and plus adult communities. And for some reason, the price seems to be a factor. So I don't have any grant money, unfortunately. I'm always looking for sponsorships and things like that to help me provide services for organizations who can't afford it. One that I'd really love to raise funds for is right here in Fuquay Arena, and it's called the Hope Center. Have you heard of this? It's a residential facility for kids with mental health issues. Right? Wouldn't that be great? Because we can release, I don't even have to say anything, but I sometimes do add in a lot of encouragement. That's why I say it's really empowerment coaching and brain training with drums, just to help them know it's going to be okay. Yeah. You're here for a reason. Don't give up. And we drum.
Yeah. Keep being you. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's for other people around you to have their lessons, so that they can be their best version of their human selves, as you are being so loved and cherished,
Right. You just pour into them. It can't help it, because you want the best for them. I can see potential, and I get ideas for people all the time. And sometimes I'll get female entrepreneurs, for example, and a couple of brave guys. And as we're drumming, I'll think of business ideas or ministry ideas or whatever, just to let them know that there's way more that you can do with your gifts and talents, right? Goes along with my books. But also, I remind them, kids and adults, you never touched a drum before. And by the end of the session, Claudia, we rock out, because I always close out with a rockin' tune, and I teach them how to play along to it. So never touched a drum before, no experience, and we are rocking out now, and you totally have this. Imagine what else you can do. I want them to think, where are you selling yourself short? You can do way more than you think. I mean, come on, you don't have to be a pro. No one I've worked with, except for a handful, had ever drummed before. So you don't need any drumming experience. If you can count, you can drum. You just follow my easy beats and hand motions and things, and you have fun, and it's pure joy. You can't help but smile and laugh when you drum with me. I'm sorry, you have no choice.
Well, literally, it's rise up and rock, isn't it?
Exactly. That's my motto. Rise up and rock the next stage of your life. So people think, oh, is that where next stage drumming came from? Yep, that's what it means.
Well, the thing is, Dori, is that when people are in that kind of zone, if you like, of, the music, then you're right. The creativity is enlivened. It's there's a vibration to it.
Right.
And
vibrations, frequencies, it really activates your creativity and your confidence.
Yeah.
In addition to reducing the stress and giving you clarity too. There's so many different things that go on during the sessions. And like I said, they tell me their goals, even if it's a corporate event, but they always get bonuses just because.
Yeah. And then because you scale it, how they were feeling at the beginning, it's sort of, people do this at doctors as well. A doctor will often ask, on a scale of 10 being the worst, 0 nothing, where are you on that pain scale? So it's the subjective units of disturbance or distress, whichever way you've been trained. But you've just said you scale it so that they can see, oh, I had these stress levels. There were like 8 out of 10. And now I'm just like, whoa, I'm like, woo, with the drumming. So they'd write down to 1 or 2. and
Right.
so you can actually see it and feel it in real time, and and they can notice the difference because you've scaled it. So,
Right.
and it
Oh,
doesn't take.
yeah, yeah. This is all an evidence-based approach. I'm documenting everything. And I always joke, because I'm also a percussionist, I'm still playing the bands, I know how to improvise. So if something's not working, especially with a private client, especially the teens are very honest, and they'll say, "Miss Story, I need something a little bit calmer today. I had a bad day at school or whatever." And I'll just switch it up and we'll do something completely different. Another way to scale it is the kids who are on the autism spectrum. I've had kids who were nonverbal who started speaking, one after just 3 sessions.
Right.
And others have started speaking more. They were speaking a little bit, one-word responses and things like that. But I wanted to make sure they weren't parroting me when I was asking them questions. So I gave them some exercises where they had to respond in a sentence, and we drummed out sentences. And I said, well, there you go. Now the kids speak in sentences. Again, mind blown. I didn't expect that. I really didn't, but it's such a blessing to see, and it's so heartwarming. And I have to try not to get all emotional, because it's just like, wow, dude, look at you now. Or they're making eye contact. They're right on the beat, and they're also improvising and adding. We do a little bit of a jam in the middle. Like, wow. Okay, so I need to up the degree of difficulty here, obviously, because now we're at Santana level. Okay. We can do that. I can go there.
You're a real blessing to North Carolina, because I believe you're the only drum therapist in North Carolina.
I am, Claudia. And when people say, oh, I know about drum therapy, or I've done drum therapy, I say, well, actually, you probably haven't, because I'm the only one in North Carolina. So tell me what you think drum therapy is. And they'll usually say they attended a drum circle, or they took African drumming lessons or something like that. I said, well, that's not what I do, but let me explain it a little bit. It's
I know. And it's
percussion with a purpose.
Yeah, and that's okay, because people don't know what they don't know until they do know, and then once they know, they can never not know. So,
and I also offer free mini sessions, virtually or in person. Just spend 20 minutes with me, a little meet and greet with you or your child, because I want them to know this is what it is and this is what it isn't. If the teens were expecting me to show up with a drum set and cymbals and all that, sorry, I used to teach drum lessons, but I don't anymore, and that's not what this is. And I show them.
Great. That's great, Dori. I really like that.
Yeah.
So because I agree, I always talk to all of my clients first, and I always insist on speaking to a teenager before they see me. And I always ask if a child, do they want to see me?
Exactly.
They have to want to, and it's because it's that rapport is so important if there's going to be any change work. So I really like that, and I really respect that, Dori, that you offer that. So we'll make sure that goes in the show notes as well, and of how people can get in contact with you, because there are people out there, they may well be watching this. What is this, drumming therapy? What is it about? And if they can get a taster session with you, I think that's absolutely crucial and fantastic that you do that. So, thank you. Thank you for being you. And this is great that we can share this out there for people, because there's always people who do know people or themselves who are like, well, what else could I do? What else could I do that is fun, instead of all this that feels so laborious for a child.
Right. That is a good point, because there's loads of healing modalities out there, as we both know. But different things work for different people. Yeah. For example, I've tried lots of different things, and I can't do quiet. As you might have guessed. ADHD in my book stands for indefinitely hyper drummer. I'll be here all week. I like things where I can move and groove, sitting still, being quiet, doing deep breathing. Nah.
Yeah. And that's not my bag either. I agree. We're on the floor, we're playing with toys, we're doing this, telling stories, we're doing, using colors, drawing. It's like we're on the floor. Because it's like kids
Mm-hmm.
want to move. Yeah.
They
So
really
we want to
school all day
groove.
long on hard chairs, listening to teachers yammer on and on. I just tell them, guess what? I'm giving you permission to make noise, move, and have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more, because life, in my opinion, it might like to be a little bit more fun, you know. In my day,
Everybody could use more fun.
yeah, we were outside, we were,
Yes.
you know, doing stuff, having adventures, and now it's all about grades and getting your IQ up and doing this and doing that. It's like, you know.
Oh yeah, teach to the test and all that. I remember that. One reason why I left tutoring, it was just getting so boring and it's so much pressure. And so many kids had test anxiety, and I thought Johnny can help with that. And that's when I made the switch, because drumming was just way more fun. And I've had kids who have gone from D's and F's to straight A's, and all we were doing was drumming. I thought, well, why not? This is way more fun than doing math problems.
Yeah, exactly, because it's all of that. And yeah, they're more open to it. Anyway, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic, Dori, having you on here. And anybody watching this, thank you for watching it. And if you feel drawn to working with Dori, please get in touch with her. As I say, I'll have her how to get in touch with her in the show notes, because it takes a village. You know, it's not just me, it's not just Dori, it's often a collaboration of everybody. However, I can't help but think, you know, just go for it.
Exactly. And it helps to collaborate with others. I do that all the time. I've had doctors that I've worked with, pediatricians, neurologists, where they will recommend drumming. I'm like, oh, they get it. This is so awesome.
Yeah, they get it. It's so true. And that's why, you know, things like horse riding, piano playing,
Yes.
you know, any kind of sport, knitting is good for, because it's the whole bilateral thing.
Right.
So and this is why I'm so keen on the drumming that you do. Absolutely brilliant. So thank you for being on here, Dori. Thank you for being you.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for being you and being so creative with your clients as well.
Oh, thank you. And so everybody, thank you. It's goodbye from me, Claudia Rickard, and it's goodbye from Dori. So
Bye
take care,
now.
everybody.
Take care, folks.
Okay.